We decided to start a balcony garden and see if we could grow some of our own food. Believe it or not, fresh produce is pretty expensive here in Puerto Rico, and since most of it has to be imported, it's often not as fresh as we'd like. So we figured, why not try growing some ourselves? We were gifted some soursop seeds by a friend, and those were the very first things we planted. As you can see, they're coming up nicely, and we're excited to watch them continue to grow. On our last trip to the Home Depot, we found two varieties of mint, a culantro plant, and an ají dulce pepper plant for just $1.18 each. We thought that was a pretty good deal, so we decided to give them a try and see how they do. Before they can really start growing, though, they need to be planted into larger pots so they have more room to develop healthy roots. I chose the culantro and ají dulce because they're both key ingredients in sofrito, which is used in so many Puerto Rican dishes. Having fresh herbs and peppers right outside our door would be a great addition to our kitchen, and hopefully it'll save a few trips to the grocery store too. Of course, Jack is here to supervise. I think he's just reminding me that we're not supposed to dig in the pots. At least that's what Poppy tells him whenever he tries it. But enough fooling around. Let's get these plants transplanted. We'll start with the culantro.
No. Jack.
Now that the hole is ready, it's time to carefully remove the culantro from its starter pot and get it settled into its new home. And of course, Jack decided this would be the perfect time to see if it was edible. Nice try, buddy. A quick no was enough to remind him that these plants are for the garden, not for snacking. Jack wasn't finished yet. After deciding the culantro looked tasty, he spotted my bamboo plant bag. He decided he would like to give that a try too. I had to remind him it's not for eating. And then Bailey, our chief inspector, came over to make sure Inspector Jack was actually doing the job.
Do you need to inspect each pot I bring out? Okay, Bubba's, watch out.
Next up is the mint, and apparently Jack wanted to know what we were planting. Ooh, mint! Can I try this? He seemed to say. Nice try, Jack. These plants are for us, not the official taste testing department. We also picked up some tomato and cilantro seeds from Home Depot. They were $2.99 each, and we thought they would be a fun addition to the balcony garden. Instead of buying new pots, I'm going to repurpose some of the starter pots I just emptied and use them to start these seeds. I picked up tomato seeds because tomatoes are so much better when you can pick them fresh right off the vine. They're also one of my husband's favorites, so I thought they would be a great addition to our balcony garden. We'll be able to use them in salads, soups, red sofrito, or even just as a snack. The culantro will also be a great addition. We can use it in beans, sofrito, salsa, and so many other dishes. Fresh herbs make such a difference when you're cooking, and it's exciting to be able to grow some of our own. I also saved the pit from the avocado we ate last night, and I'm going to try growing it. This one is definitely going to be a long-term project because avocado trees take a long time to grow. I thought it would be fun to see if I could get it started. Maybe by the time it's big enough to need a permanent home, we'll finally have a place of our own where we can plant it in the ground. And if that doesn't happen, I'll find someone who can give it the space it deserves. Starting an avocado pit is actually pretty easy. All you need is a clean, empty jar, a few toothpicks, some water, and a little patience. You just suspend the pit over water and keep it in a warm spot and wait for nature to do its thing. It can take a little while, but that's part of the fun. We'll see if this little avocado experiment works. Thank you for joining us for our little balcony garden experiment. Hopefully in a few weeks, we'll have an update with some new baby plants to share with you. If you want to follow along and see how everything grows, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next update. Until next time, we'll see you on the island.